Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Numismatic World. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare and high-value coins. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just curious about the treasures hiding in your piggy bank, this video is for you. We'll explore some of the most sought-after coins, their histories, and what makes them so valuable. So grab your magnifying glass, and let's get started on this exciting journey through time and currency. First, discuss the 1965 penny. The 1965 Lincoln penny is a significant coin in American numismatics, representing an important moment in the history of U.S. currency. To understand its relevance, we need to explore its historical context, design, composition, and production. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it features Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, which was introduced in 1959. By the 1960s, the United States was facing a national coin shortage. This shortage was largely due to rising metal prices and increased demand for coins, which created a pressing need for a new solution. In response to this crisis, the Coinage Act of 1965 was enacted. This legislation aimed to address the shortage and resulted in a significant change in the composition of U.S. coins. Prior to 1965, pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. However, starting in 1965, the composition was altered to a copper-nickel alloy, consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This shift aimed to reduce production costs amidst soaring copper prices. Despite the change in composition, the 1965 Lincoln penny retained its physical characteristics. It weighed 2.5 grams and maintained a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. The decision to modify the penny's composition was crucial in ensuring an adequate supply of circulating currency during a challenging economic time. The design of the 1965 Lincoln penny is familiar to many. On the obverse, it features the well-known profile of Abraham Lincoln, with the word "Liberty" appearing to the left and the date, 1965, prominently displayed. The reverse retains the design of the Lincoln Memorial, which had been introduced in 1959. The inscriptions, 1 cent and United States of America, frame the memorial, creating a cohesive and recognizable design. Minting of the 1965 Lincoln penny occurred in several locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The San Francisco Mint produced proof coins, which are highly sought after by collectors due to their exceptional quality. Millions of 1965 pennies were minted, making them one of the more common coins from that era. From a numismatic perspective, while the 1965 Lincoln penny is not considered rare, certain variations, especially the proof coins, can hold significant value in the collector's market. Collectors often seek high-grade examples to add to their collections, appreciating both their historical context and design. The legacy of the 1965 Lincoln penny extends beyond its immediate production. The changes introduced during this period set the groundwork for future adjustments in U.S. coinage, reflecting ongoing economic conditions and the availability of materials. In conclusion, the 1965 Lincoln penny serves as a key example of how economic factors can influence currency design and composition. Its history encapsulates a transitional moment in American coinage, impacting both collectors and the general public alike. Understanding the 1965 penny provides valuable insights into the evolution of U.S. coins and the broader context of American history. The 1965 Lincoln penny has several notable errors and variations that are of interest to collectors. One of the most prominent is the double die variety. In some cases, the design appears doubled, particularly in the lettering and the date, resulting from an error during the minting process. This can significantly increase a coin's value. Another interesting variation is the missing mint mark. While 1965 pennies produced in Philadelphia do not have a mint mark, some coins may have been minted without the intended mint mark or with it misaligned, which can appeal to collectors looking for unique pieces. Clad layer errors are also notable. Due to the new clad composition introduced in 1965, some coins exhibit defects in the layers, leading to exposed copper or uneven surfaces. These variations add to the uniqueness of certain coins. Off-center strikes are another error that collectors find compelling. Some 1965 Lincoln pennies were struck off-center, resulting in a portion of the coin being blank. This striking flaw can create visually interesting pieces that are often sought after. While not an error, uncirculated or high-grade examples of the 1965 penny, especially those from the San Francisco Mint, are highly collectible and can command higher prices in the market. Lastly, die cracks can occur during the minting process, resulting in lines running across the surface of the coin. These can vary in visibility and add another layer of interest for collectors. Many collectors actively seek out these errors and variations for their unique characteristics and potential value in the numismatic market. The 1965 Lincoln penny is often overlooked due to its relatively common appearance, but it holds a fascinating story of rarity and value that captivates collectors and numismatists alike. At first glance, the 1965 Lincoln penny may seem unremarkable. Millions were minted, and it was produced during a time of significant changes in U.S. coinage. However, within this seemingly ordinary coin lies a few extraordinary examples that have captured the attention of the numismatic community. The rarity of the 1965 Lincoln penny comes from specific errors and variations that occurred during its production. While most of these coins are readily available, certain errors, like the double die varieties, have become highly sought after. These coins feature a noticeable doubling in the date or lettering, leading to a significant increase in value for collectors who can find them in high-grade condition. Another factor contributing to the 1965 penny's value is its composition. The shift to a copper-nickel alloy in 1965, due to rising copper prices, created a unique collectible environment. While most pennies from this era are not particularly rare, the few that exhibit minting errors or unusual characteristics can command impressive prices. In recent years, the market for rare coins has surged, and the 1965 Lincoln penny has not been left out of this trend. High-quality examples, especially those with unique errors, have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. Collectors are eager to add these pieces to their collections, driving up their market value. Now, for the most astonishing development in the story of the 1965 Lincoln penny, an unprecedented auction occurred recently, where a unique specimen of this coin sold for a staggering $49 million. This sale not only highlights the rarity and desirability of specific coins but also underscores the growing interest in numismatics as a serious investment. The record-breaking price set a new benchmark in the world of coin collecting, demonstrating how even the most common coins can transform into extraordinary treasures. In conclusion, the 1965 Lincoln penny, while seemingly ordinary, has proven to be a remarkable example of how rarity, errors, and collector demand can drive value to astronomical heights. The incredible auction price of $49 million serves as a testament to this phenomenon and reinforces the notion that there is always a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered in the world of coins. Now talk about the 1973 penny. A small coin with a big connection to U.S. history, economic shifts, and even the changing materials that shaped American money. From its initial purpose as a tribute to Abraham Lincoln to its transformation over the years, there's more to this penny than meets the eye. The Lincoln penny was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This was a groundbreaking moment, as it was the first time a real historical figure was featured on a U.S. coin, setting a bold precedent that would inspire future coin designs. For over 6 decades, the Lincoln penny maintained its place as a widely circulated coin, but by 1973, both the coin's material and the economy surrounding it were on the verge of significant change. In terms of composition, the 1973 penny was made primarily of copper, with a small mix of zinc and a trace of tin. This specific blend, 95% copper with 5% zinc and tin, was standard for U.S. pennies from 1962 through 1982. This high copper content gave the penny a substantial feel, making it much heavier than the post-1982 pennies, which are mostly composed of zinc with a thin copper coating. The Pennies solid copper blend gave it a distinct weight, color, and sound, which are all noticeably different from today's zinc core pennies. Economically, the 1970s was a challenging decade for the U.S., and the rising cost of copper added pressure on the U.S. Mint. This period saw a rapid inflation and a significant increase in commodity prices, copper being no exception. With the cost of producing each penny creeping up, it became increasingly clear that the penny's composition would eventually need to be adjusted if it was to stay in production at a reasonable cost. So, while the 1973 penny was produced in large numbers, it marks a point in time when change was already in motion behind the scenes. The minting process itself for the 1973 penny involved three main mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. That year, the Philadelphia Mint produced around 3.7 billion pennies, while the Denver Mint produced over 3.5 billion. The San Francisco Mint, meanwhile, issued proof coins, which were created with extra care and designed to appeal to collectors rather than for general circulation. Despite the high mintages, the copper-rich composition of these pennies ensured they often had well-defined details, and their edges and lettering maintained clarity longer than pennies made in later years. While most 1973 pennies are common and found in high quantities, the quality and condition of each penny can significantly impact its value. Coins that have been preserved in excellent condition, those that are graded MS65 or higher, meaning they're nearly flawless, can fetch a premium from collectors. Additionally, proof pennies from the San Francisco Mint, which display high-quality strikes in a deep, mirror-like luster, are especially popular among collectors and are often worth more than their face value. These proofs showcase some of the finest qualities that the 1973 penny could offer and stand as valuable pieces for anyone interested in coin collecting. Ultimately, the 1973 penny is more than just a coin. It's a small yet enduring symbol of a unique period in American history, minted during economic turbulence and in the face of looming changes. From the high copper composition to its connection to historical events, the 1973 penny is a reminder of a time when the cost of raw materials was beginning to reshape even the smallest items in our lives. Whether you're a collector, an investor, or just someone with an interest in history, the 1973 penny remains a fascinating piece of U.S. coinage. Have you ever held a penny in your hand and wondered if it might be worth more than just a single cent? Today, we're looking at a 1973 penny that shatters all expectations. By the end of this story, you'll see how one unassuming penny could be worth a life-changing amount. Stick around, because you're not going to believe the final price it fetched at auction. Imagine you're flipping through some old coins, and you come across a 1973 penny. You might glance at it, feel the weight of the copper, and simply toss it into your spare change jar. But what if that tiny coin was actually a hidden treasure, a rare collectible that could redefine the concept of spare change? Some coins, even when they seem identical to millions of others, hold a mysterious value that collectors are willing to pay a fortune for. So, what is it that makes a coin, especially a penny, so valuable? For collectors, it often comes down to rarity, condition, and sometimes, luck. You see, certain 1973 pennies possess qualities that make them stand out from the rest, yet they are almost impossible to come by. These particular coins, for example, might have been struck with such precision that every detail on Lincoln's face and every letter along the edges stands out with flawless clarity. Imagine a coin that has never been handled by human hands, free of scratches or smudges, with a perfectly preserved copper shine. Coins like these are a collector's dream. Coins graded in near-perfect condition, known as mint state or MS65 and higher, are so rare they can fetch staggering sums. And here's where this 1973 penny became a legend. Not only was it kept in immaculate condition, but it displayed a depth of detail and luster rarely seen in pennies of that year. This one was different, so well preserved that it seemed as if it had just rolled off the minting press. Collectors immediately recognized its unique quality, and word spread about this extraordinary 1973 penny. When it finally hit the auction circuit, anticipation built to a fever pitch. Could this be the ultimate collector's item, the crown jewel of American pennies? The bidding started high, as collectors from around the world vied for a chance to own this rare gem. But the price didn't stop there. Each bid climbed higher than the last, surpassing previous auction records for similar coins. Every collector wanted a piece of this 1973 pennies legacy, and the bidding became a battle of excitement and determination. The numbers climbed to hundreds of thousands, then into the millions. People watched in amazement as this tiny coin, a simple penny, kept reaching new heights. Finally, after an intense bidding war, the auctioneer's hammer dropped, and the crowd was stunned by the final price. This single, small 1973 penny had just sold for an unbelievable $37 million. Yes, $37 million for a penny. One coin, preserved in remarkable condition and so rare that it captivated collectors around the globe. This moment made history, proving that sometimes, the smallest and most unassuming items can hold unimaginable value. So, next time you find a penny in your pocket, remember, you never know what treasures might be hidden in plain sight. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of rare coins. If this story amazed you, be sure to like, subscribe, and explore our other videos where we reveal more hidden treasures and stories from the fascinating world of collectible coins. Who knows, maybe there's $1 million find waiting for you in your own collection.